First things first, we're going to find the roundness of the head by using our comb as a tool to see where the head starts to round. We're then going to start implementing a strong square shape, working with horizontal sections with our fingers. This technique is called block graduation. What's important is that our bottom finger is working tight against the head and our top finger is parallel above it, meaning that we're creating something that is square and solid in shape. As we approach the crown area, it's really important that we work with this very naturally and organically. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at in which way the hair moves out from the head, and we're going to cut the hair in that shape. Generally, we want to build up more length and weight towards the top of the crown so we can preserve the amount of weight towards that area so we don't get any negative spring back on the hair. As you can see, it's important that you assess the shape that's already on the top of the head before you start cutting. This is so you don't run into any problems when you start cutting the shape. The shape that I'm going to be cutting is going to be square because I want to create something that is even and compact in its shape. If we now pull up the hair, you can see that the shape is completely flat on the top of the head, meaning that the length at the fringe area will technically be longer. Once we've worked our vertical profile section, we're now going to proceed to work horizontal sections off of the guide through the first hand side, which will be the right hand side. What this will allow me to do is work in a much more quicker and efficient way, creating the shape through the top of the head. The reason why I've chosen to work horizontally is because I believe I can get a nice, precise shape by working horizontal sections, because we're working on much shorter hair and we're going to be introducing lots of texture into this haircut. So I'm going to be using a really natural paste, as this haircut wants to be looking nice and soft, nice and textured and nice and natural. So this is just going to add a little bit of moisture into the hair and add a little bit of strength whilst we blow dry with our fingers. Until graduation, where my comb was just sitting. We're going to use a guard number 2 on the clippers. We're going to open the lever to a 2.5 and we're going to work up right into the curvature of the head where I've placed that weight line. Guide line. The guide line is now going to be created with my shortest clipper, which is going to be my detailer, which is going to take the hair down to the shortest length that I can possibly take it before using a foil shaver. Now the shape that I want to create is going to be based across a horizontal shape, but we're going to have a slight dip towards the back of the crown. The technique that we're going to use is going to be guard skipping. Now the reason why I'm using guard skipping is because I have a larger surface area to work through on the fade, as the head dimension is quite large, and I want to spread the fade out in a way where I can push the weight line into the curvature of the head but still get a nice clean blend. So realistically, the main numeric system of the fade that we did first off should give you a nice base of a fade to work through. Only some hair types and fades will want to be cleaned up with the refinery guards, like so. Once the clipper work is complete, the shape of the haircut should really start taking shape. All there left is to do now is to neaten up around the edges of the hairline and also texturize the top of the hair. So the way that we're going to texturize the top of the hair is to be point cutting into the ends. I'm only focusing my scissor blade on the last third of the hair, as this is where the density is laying in this type of hair. In terms of styling, I want it to look super natural, and I'm going to add a tiny bit more dry paste into the hair so it looks like it's got a bit of strength and a bit of texture, but it doesn't look like it's put too much effort into it. And that's what this hairstyle is all about. It's a very simple, very clean, very classic, easy hairstyle to give somebody.